or the light from Christ empowers us to make decisions, the ability to choose, what is right. And this is what Paul is emphasizing, that yes, we have received Christ, but if we want us to be lights in the community, then we need also to choose in accordance to what Christ wants, so that we can reflect this light in this crooked and perverse generations that we see ourselves in.
Yes. So the darkness referred to in this week's lesson is the moral caliber of society we are living in. The darkness thereof is defined by the law of God, which sets out what is right and what is wrong. And so the context and the application of this week's lesson is that to shine as light means, let me take you back to the theology of the light as I understand it in the Bible. The Genesis record says the world was formless, shapeless, and covered by the waters, and the Spirit of the Lord hovered over the waters. And Genesis 1 verse 3 then says, and God said, let there be light. And there was light, and God saw the light, and he said, it is good. This was not the light of the sun, because the sun gets created later in the midweek. I think it's day 3 or 4. So this light was not the solar system light. It was the light which is the presence of God. The presence of God, because God is light and he dwells in a light unapproachable. So he is the light of the world. And then when you come to John chapter 1, Jesus introducing himself, and John telling us about the Word which was with God, which was God, and which was made flesh and dwelt amongst us. John chapter 1, I just want to get there quickly so I can read it for you. On verse 4, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. Verse 5, and the light shines in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. Verse 7, for the same came for a witness, to bear witness to the light, in capital L, that all men through him might believe. He was not the light, that's John the Baptist, light in capital L, but was sent to bear witness of that light. That was the true light, and that lighteth every man that cometh into the world. This is talking about Jesus, and Jesus himself in the book of Matthew later on, I think it's Matthew 5, he said, I am the light of the world. So we're talking about God's presence. And so Jesus coming, he becomes the light of the world. The darkness we are talking about is the moral decadence and the decay and the world that Lucifer wanted to create when he left the presence of God. It's a dark world. Is turning off the light of God. Then later on, Jesus says, you, Tinashe, and I are the light of the world. A candle that's been lit cannot be put under the table. It has to be on top of the candle. Okay, you are like a candle set on a hilltop. And so the darker the world, the more visible a candle can be in a very far place. And that's what this lesson is saying. And therefore, by following Christ's example of humility, his obedience, his self-sacrificial love, we can become lights in this dark moral world or immoral world. What does that mean? It means we've got to make a choice to live in a particular way. And that particular way is the way of faith and obedience to his law. Secondly, it means we have to develop a proven holy character. God says to Abraham, walk before me and be ye holy. In Matthew chapter 5 as well, Jesus says, love your enemies, do good to them, be ye holy even as your Father in heaven is holy. So in our relationships, we must be faithful, we must be humble, we must be people who love sacrificially as Christ loved us. So in brief, that's what I understand by this lesson when it says we should shine as lights. We should remember it is God who shone the light first. It is Jesus who came and became the light of the world. And we are to be the light, which is what Christ made us to become. Now,